Okay, so this video is going to be another, basically a coordinated attack on tumors. To explain it effectively and a mechanistic approach. So the first piece is vitamin C, which actually helps keep zinc in a bioavailable form. So vitamin C helps zinc work. With zinc working, this makes testosterone work. So basically, low vitamin C reduces zinc availability because vitamin C helps maintain zinc in a bioavailable state. If vitamin C is low, this actually makes zinc work less. If zinc is working less, then copper can actually work better to increase aromatase activity. Because if zinc is too high, then this actually lowers copper, and then zinc won't be able to work. Or I mean, the copper won't be able to work. So high copper makes aromatase active. So high copper increases aromatase, which means more testosterone is converted to estrogen, which means that this lowers testosterone. With lower testosterone, there's more estrogen that can influence magnesium transporter activity. So many people are saying that, oh, estrogen is bad, you have to lower your estrogen, but in this context, estrogen actually has a benefit because magnesium transporter needs estrogen. If the magnesium transporter is working, then that means that there is more hormonal signals from the magnesium transporter. Okay, so the magnesium transporters are functional thanks to aromatase lowering testosterone, which allows more estrogen for the magnesium transporter to work. This supports PLP-dependent enzymes, which is an active form of vitamin B6, which is crucial for amino acid metabolism and neurotransmitter synthesis. PLP in combination with choline interact to support methylation pathways. Now, choline can be found in eggs. And the methylation pathways, and then lipid metabolism, VLDL formation, and mitochondrial function. So choline is needed for mitochondria to work. This means that there will be more ATP for immune cells because immune cells are a high energy demand cells, and ATP is a form of energy. Okay, now what happens? The problem with eggs is that choline, which is in eggs, actually increases cardiovascular risk. Now, a good way to avoid this or to block this is with oranges, because oranges have compounds that can reduce TMAO formation as a result of choline. As a result of oranges lowering TMAO, this lowers cardiovascular risk. Okay, now this doesn't mean to completely lower choline. This doesn't mean to avoid eggs, because choline still plays a role in mitochondrial iron transport via mitoferrin. So if you completely lower choline, the mitochondrial transport won't work, which means that vitamin A won't work, because vitamin A needs iron to work. Or no, vitamin A needs iron to be able to work. And then if vitamin A works, then that means intrinsic factor will work. Intrinsic factor in the gut is needed for vitamin B12 to work. Vitamin B12 cannot work without intrinsic factor. Intrinsic factor cannot work without vitamin A. This is why it's important to not completely cut out eggs out of your diet because of a fear of cardiovascular risk as a result of TMAO. That's why it's so important to have oranges in your diet to lower the TMAO so that you can still have eggs. Okay, next up, the immune and biofilm modulation through cysteine thiol residues. You can find cysteine in papaya, or you can just get the cysteine from the vitamin B12, which is why it's important to keep the choline from the eggs. The cysteine from the vitamin B12 will actually degrade the biofilms, because the biofilms protects the cancer cells and the cancer tumors from attack. It's like a protection, a shield. The bromelain from pineapple cleaves the adhesion molecules, which is CD44 and CD62L. As a result of those molecules being cleaved by bromelain, this improves the immune cell migration into the tumor microenvironment so that the immune cells can actually attack the cancer cells. But the next step is lowering zinc from aromatase-induced changes. So this may open chromatin. This means easier transcription of genes like Granzyme B and Perforins in cytotoxic T cells and NK cells, which enhances immune cell arming and activation. So basically, immune cells, they arm themselves with Granzyme B and Perforin. It's pretty much like a weapon. Zinc can't be too excessive, because if zinc is too high, this actually closes chromatin tightly. If chromatin is closed tightly, then the DNA can't be exposed, because inside of the chromatin is DNA. If the chromatin is closed, the transcription factors for the genes that actually enable Granzyme B and Perforin won't be able to work. If the Granzyme B and Perforin aren't working, then this means that the immune cells cannot enhance phagocytosis on cancer cells, or like engulfing them, or attacking cancer cells with the Granzyme B and Perforin. So basically, the immune cell has Perforin. It attaches to the cancer cell. It's like a tube, and then through the Perforin, the Granzyme B travels into the cancer cell and then promotes phagocytosis. To close off the video, there's a recap. So basically, lowering zinc with aromatase, this allows copper to be able to stay high, which actually there's a hormonal shift in testosterone going down with estrogen going up. As a result of estrogen going up, the magnesium transporter works, because magnesium is needed for vitamin B6 to work, because choline is dependent on the pathways that estrogen helps with magnesium making vitamin B6 to work. As a result, immune function is enhanced, and then cytotoxic activity works through tumor infiltration. Microbiome and TMAO effects reduce cardiovascular risk, because the oranges are coming in to reduce the TMAO that is caused by choline. But the choline is in eggs, but you can't completely lower the choline, because the choline is still needed for mitochondria to work, because mitochondria makes ATP for immune cells to work, because immune cells are high energy demanding cells. So oranges lowers TMAO so that you can still have your eggs from the choline, because the choline is needed for the mitochondria to be able to take in the iron, so that the iron can make the vitamin A, because vitamin A needs iron. Vitamin A makes intrinsic factor. Intrinsic factor is reliant on the vitamin A, so that the vitamin B12 can work, because the vitamin B12 is reliant on the intrinsic factor. As a result of vitamin B12 working, this makes glutathione and cysteine, so that the cysteine can attack the biofilms that tumors use as a shield to protect themselves from immune cell attack. That's the recap of the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. I have a lot more videos to come, and I'll see you in the next video.